Hello, how are you? The war in Afghanistan is nearly 9 years old, the longest in American history. War, yeah, right. After the U.S. quickly toppled the Taliban regime in October of '01, the Taliban, by all accounts, came back stronger and harsher enough to now control at least 30% of the country. During this time, U.S. casualties, armaments, and expenditures are at record levels. America's overseas wars, so-called wars, have different outcomes when they have no constitutional authority, no war tax, no draft, no regular on-the-ground press coverage, no congressional oversight, no spending accountability, and, importantly, no affirmative consent of the governed who are, apart from the military families, oblivious to the whole thing. And while Chelsea's wedding guests had an $11,000 wedding cake and admired $250,000 flower displays, Lisa Roberts in Ohio is struggling to raise contributions for her food pantry in order to feed 3,000 local people whose financial independence was destroyed by investment bankers, job offshoring, and unaffordable wars. The Americans dependent on Lisa Roberts' food pantry are living out of vans and cars. Those with a house roof still over their heads are packed in as many as 14 a household, according to the Chillicothe Gazette in Ohio. The Gazette reports that Lisa Roberts' food pantry has had to cut back to half rations per person in order to have something for everyone who need it. Teresa Depew had the starving Ohioans write messages on their food pantry paper plates to President Obama, who has just obtained another $33 billion to squander on a pointless war in Afghanistan that serves no purpose whatsoever. Except, of course, the enrichment of the military security complex and its shareholders. The Guardian in the UK reports that according to U.S. government reports, 1 million American children go to bed hungry, while the Obama regime squanders hundreds of billions of dollars killing women and children in Afghanistan and elsewhere. The Guardian's reporting relies on a U.S. government report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which concludes that 50 million people in the U.S., 1 in 6 of the population, were unable to afford to buy sufficient food to stay healthy in 2008. U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Vilsack said that he expected the number of hungry Americans to worsen when the survey for 2010 is released. Yeah, no chit, huh? Today in the American superpower, 1 of every 6 Americans is living on food stamps. The great American superpower, which is wasting trillions of dollars in pursuit of world hegemony, has 22% of its population unemployed and almost 17% of its population dependent on welfare in order to stay alive. The world has not witnessed such total failure of government since the final days of the Roman Empire. A handful of American oligarchs are becoming mega-billionaires while the rest of the country goes down the drain. Totally amazing and total proof that capitalism does not work, at least when corruption and greed is allowed to run amok. And Obama just borrowed $26 billion more to try to save some teachers' jobs and to carry Medicare for the states a little while longer. More debt, higher deficit. Obama and the corrupt politicians seem to be panicking as the ship is sinking. They're throwing borrowed money ever faster at more and more problems that are growing worse. How long can they keep doing this before the house of cards falls? I guess that is the question, eh? Honk me, funky bitches. Honk request 1183, the 57 Iron Man. Can I get a honk for all the multimillionaire, billionaire philanthropists that are clamoring to donate their time and resources to pull together scientists and leaders from around the world to stop this bleeping bleep of a disaster? Honk request 1184, Chill Art 22. For you for being a BS-free zone and putting the Q into kudos. Second for the rudderless Australia caught in the undertow of BS, and finally, and not least for myself, for looking at myself in the mirror each morning and telling myself to have a good one against diminishing odds. Yeah. Have a good one. Have a good one. Marcus 1185, Fat Pious went up one of the 4 rivers that run into Mobile Bay the other day, moss still in the trees, relishing the natural, pristine, uninhabitable, yet undeveloped marshlands, river, and natural beauty, proud for the last time in my life. Can I have a honk for that in memory? Well, yes. However, it didn't turn out that way, did it? Everything is fine in the Gulf. I feel sorry for the fisherman that committed suicide, because he had no clue that everything would be great and wonderful in 3 months, 4 months' time, did he? Honk request 1186, Skybird Bird. I feel so much better now. Can I have a honk as a big fuck you to all politicians, corporations, banksters, BP, et al.? All. Yeah. Yes. You may, and you did. You may, and you did. You may did. You made it. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, thanks for listening to me here on the Sludge Report. Bye-bye. So long. See you now. Watch your head. Be all you can be. But be aware.